Have you ever wondered why one business thrives and another business fails or just doesn't really pop in any way, shape, or form? I think the difference between those two businesses is one knows how to come up with great ideas. The other knows how to actually execute on those ideas. That's the biggest differentiating factor between those two types of businesses. So the problem in this scenario is that you have a lot of businesses out there that are very good with coming up with ideas. People sit around and they brainstorm in conference rooms or down where the rubber meets the road at a at a property. You have people who have lots of good ideas. They have great forums and formats for talking about great ideas. And that's a common mistake. You put a lot of energy into coming up with ideas. Problems are presenting themselves all day long, every day of the week that you're in a leasing office or you're in a corporate environment in the multifamily space. And it's so easy to get in a room with a bunch of smart people and start talking about solutions and coming up with a lot of great ideas on how to tackle the problems that you're seeing out in the marketplace, especially if you have great meeting infrastructure set up like daily huddles and weekly meetings and quarterly meetings and so on and so forth. There's lots of great opportunities to sit around and talk about ideas, but that's a common mistake in that those ideas don't turn into action. It's almost like strategy becomes a commodity because it's one thing to pencil a strategy, but it's quite a different thing to execute. Peter Drucker had a famous quote, strategy is a commodity, execution is an art. I may have butchered that, Peter Drucker. But it really is, and it really is the artisan or the artisans in the world as it relates to execution that differentiate businesses out in the marketplace. Every business has people inside of the organization that can generate ideas. They come tip of tongue, top of mind all the time on every subject. But it's quite a different thing to find the artisans in your organization that go execute on those ideas that come up. So imagine this, like you have two communities, two apartment communities, and one thrives because the experience, the consumer's experience, the team members' experience, the vendors' experience, even the people that participate with you in terms of making solutions or making things happen on your properties happen with excellence at one property. But right next door, you might have a different property that has equal amenity set, equal benefit in terms of location, but they have people in the leasing office that fall short in all those areas that we just talked about. The team member experience is not all that great. The consumer experience isn't all that great. Vendor experience isn't all that great. And so you have two properties that could be sitting right across the street from each other in a Tony part of the neighborhood with all the bells and whistles, and one thrives and the other falls short. And the reason is because one is very good about sitting around and talking about ideas. The other is very good about executing on core strategy, on core values, on core things that make the business run, the fundamentals of the business. They're very good at that. So, and the benefit is obvious, right? The benefit is is a healthy property in terms of financials, a healthy property in terms of morale, healthy property in terms of culture, where the other one doesn't have any of those things. And you feel like you're paddling upstream in a river that is very raging in nature. So my recommendation to you in this scenario, this is not an uncommon scenario, is to sit down and get clear on your values, get clear on your mission, get clear on your vision, understand what those things are, make sure that they're set in place in your organization such that they emphasize action over ideation. Now, ideation is important, but the emphasis is put on execution. All the metrics, the KPIs, and the way you measure in the organization be set up such that it rewards action. It rewards outcomes. It doesn't reward sitting around and coming up with brilliant ideas. Lots of brilliant people in the world, lots of brilliant ideas in the world, but what sets one team apart from another is the execution on those ideas. So that's my encouragement today. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.